Hi guys, good morning. This is Elise and welcome to Saturday Morning Makes. Today I have some Christmas tags that I've worked on and I finished them last night. I probably could have done this video last night, but it was kind of late, so I decided I would just wait until the morning. And plus my lighting wasn't right. I hope it's okay this morning. But you can tell in my voice I haven't been up that long, but I wanted to get this video up. I also have to share with you, I have some Happy Mail. I actually got a package from Marilyn G. Hi, Marilyn. But I'm going to hold off and do that all in a separate video. So this morning, I'm just going to show you the tags that I made, show you the things that I used. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I used, I went through my stash because I am trying to use things that I have in my stash that I have not used. And in my stash, I found this. Okay, so there's a little story behind this little Sizzix die. This little Sizzix die, this train, has been in my stash for the longest time. And I actually got this at a thrift store. I can't remember exactly where. It wasn't the Goodwill. It was just a little thrift store that I went in. And I saw this one little die on the shelf. And it was like, I don't know, I think $1.25 or something like that. So I picked it up, although I didn't know what I was going to use it for. I thought, well, maybe, I have a son. Well, he's older now, but I have a son. Maybe I can go back and do some of his little pictures or whatever. And so I grabbed it. I mean, I wasn't going to leave it there for $1.25. I figured, the worst case scenario, it would just sit in my stash, which it did for a few years. So anyhow, so I decided I would pull this out because I had this little stamp that I had gotten from off of eBay. No, I got this off of Macari. I got this off of Macari. And the thing I liked about this little stamp is that the gingerbread is like sitting over in this little corner. He's so cute. And this is a JRL Designs stamp. Okay. So it doesn't have any other information other than that. Well, yes, it does. There's a number. It's called Merry Christmas. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's called Merry Christmas, and it's this cute little ginger, and there is, there's a star, there's a heart. It's really cute. So I decided to use this little stamp together with this little train. Okay, so let me show you what I made. The first set of tags that I made. Okay, and it's these little tags here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so here's the first one. So I took and I I stamped the little ginger on some brown paper, and I used my gel pen to highlight his face and his arms, like the frosting, and I added him to that train. And there's just white cardstock on the back. Okay, isn't that cute? And I just used scrap papers to make the actual little train to die cut the train. I used my scrap papers. I put some glitter on the top, and at the top here of the piping in the top to look like snow. I added a little ribbon. I added this little Noel. These little red gems. These were gifted to me by Tanya over at Memory Lane Keepsakes. We did an embellishment box swap a couple years ago, and those were in there. So there's the first one. And they're all a little different, but they're pretty much the same. It's just the way what paper I had. And then I had a little stamp in my stash that says "'Tis the Season," and I stamped "'Tis the Season" on some of them. This one I used little hearts because I didn't have a lot of, I'll show you the little peppermints. And I didn't have a lot of these either, and I didn't want to use them all. So, but I used some on here. And like I said, I just used scrap paper for my die cuts. Okay, and here is another. I love this one. I think this one's my favorite. And here I had an extra from some other tags that I made. It says Gingerbread Kisses. I had one little extra on my desk. Then I used some little lace on this one. And these little peppermint embellishments from Hobby Lobby. Okay. Did that. And then here is the last one that I made. Okay. So aren't those cute? I think they turned out really adorable. And so you guys look at those dies that you have and try to use them in a different way and pair them up with different things that you would not think to even use them with. And that's what I try to do. I'm trying to look at things a little bit differently and seen what I have in my stash that can go together, and these two things to me just were just perfect together. I mean, he was just the perfect size to go in here, and I just love the way those little tags came out. And I would like to make a tag using this entire stamp, but I didn't do that. So those are my little tags that I use with that Sizzix train die and this little die here. And the train die, let's see the number. The number of the train die is called Train Engine, and the number is 38-0135. So if you want to take, look for this, because I don't think this is available anymore, because this is an older die, I think. It doesn't have a date on it, but I've had this for a long time. So anyhow, okay, so that is my first tag. Okay, so my second tag, I used this die here, and I picked this up on eBay, and this is called Peppermint Frame, and I believe this is a, the number is JB1651, and it's called Peppermint Frame, and it's an Annette Allen Watkins stamp, and I believe at the time she was probably designing for, I believe it's Darcy's. I think this is a Darcy's stamp, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, but you can look this up. It's called Peppermint Frame, and I did find this on eBay. Okay, so I used that, and then I used this other stamp that I also found on eBay, and this is the Gingerbread Boy, and this one is by PSX, and it's a 1992, and the number is G-396. Okay, PSX. Okay, so I used the, and I love this one. I like the size of him, and I also like the fact that he actually looks like a gingerbread cookie. Okay, he looks more like a cookie than just a little gingerbread, regular little gingerbread. He looks like a cookie flat out on like the baking sheet. So I like that when I put those two together. And let me show you what I made. Okay, let's see. Where are they? Just a second, guys. Got my little tags mixed up here. Okay. All right, so these are the tags that I made, and I think they turned out so cute. Okay, so what I did was I stamped that frame with some red Stampin' Up ink. I'm not sure what color it is. I don't have, I'm just showing you guys the stamps that I use. I didn't pull everything else. So I used some red Stampin' Up ink to stamp my frame on some 110-pound weight paper. I did back it, so it has this scrap of Christmas paper on the back. Again, I'm trying to use my scraps. Okay, and so I used a little to and from stamp. That is actually this little stamp here, and this is a Stampability stamp. You probably have this in your stash, or you can use any to and from stamp that you have if you want to make something like this, because I know some of you do have this stamp here. Okay, and then I just put some glitter around the edges. You can see it's glittery. I don't know if you guys can see that. I also sprayed the entire thing with some silver glitter dust. Okay, and then I stamped him, and then I also stamped him again. I cut him out, and I popped him up on to the tag. And you may not be able to see it in camera, but I did use my W2 Copic, and I shadowed around the gingerbread to kind of make it look like he was actually on a baking sheet. So I thought he turned out really, really cute. And I just used some embellishments from my stash. This is just some little Chanel pipe cleaner. And I think these turned out really cute as well. So, and I made a bunch of these. See, and they're pretty much all the same. They are all the same, pretty much. They're all the same. But I made a bunch of these. This tag here, okay? So I thought those turned out really, really cute. And so just use what you have, guys. Use what you have. And use those old stamps. And, we're buying all these stamps. And I'm going to use mine. I'm just, I really want to use the things that I'm purchasing. Because I love the older stamps. And I don't want to just sit them up on the shelf. I want to actually use them. So I do have some stamps that are on my shelf. They look so pretty looking at them, but I am going to get around to using each and every one of them because that's what I bought them for. Okay, so the last tag that I made, okay, again, I used the Peppermint Frame, okay, And I used some of these. I had some extras of these little girls. Now, she was a coloring page, and I did a video showing how I resized those coloring page images. And I'll leave the link in the description box below if you haven't had a chance to see that. Some of you, said that you wanted to see it. I did ask in my previous video if you were interested. I would do a video, and I did. It went up a little late, but that's okay. I did get it up, and some of you did watch it. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, that video is up. But I just showed how I resize on my computer. Now, you may have to do it differently, and I know that there are better ways to do it from what I showed, but it worked for me. So I used that, and then I pulled out this gingerbread stamp, and this is also PSX, and this is the gingerbread recipe. And you have to look online, but if you don't have the number, it's G-1151 if you want to look for it. Okay. And these, this stamp is very hard to find, along with the sugar cookie. There's a sugar cookie, chocolate chip cookie, and I believe the fourth one is a shortbread. I have the three, but I'm looking for the shortbread, so I'm on the hunt for that one. So I'll have the complete set. But this is the gingerbread recipe. Okay. And here are the little tags I made with those three stamps. Okay. So I did the peppermint frame again with glittered. It glittered it all up. And then I stamped my recipe in the center. And it fits perfectly in the center of that frame. And then I just embellished this little girl and I popped her up on the side. And then at the top, I put a little pom-pom. But then I also used this really pretty binding tape that I got from the Goodwill. About, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, I got this huge bag of seam binding, like older seam binding and binding tape at the Goodwill, and it was like $2.99. But some of them were solid colors, but there were quite a few that had like pretty patterns like this one, and I thought that was so cute, and I just used it on there. And on the back, it's just attached with a button to keep it nice and sturdy. Okay, so that's how that little tag turned out, and I thought that turned out really cute, and everything is nice and glittery. I put glitter around the edges. The little girl, her little frosting is glittered, and I think these turned out adorable. Okay, so I made 2 of those. Actually, I made 3, and this one I had just an extra little Chanel stick on my my desk, so I went ahead and just did this one that way. And so that's how those look. Okay. So there are my tags this morning, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. My husband and I, we are headed out this morning. He told me about a community garage sale. We're actually running a little late. I was hoping to be out the house by now, but we're gonna leave in a little bit. So but there's a big community garage sale that's not too far, so we're gonna go and take a little drive and head out and walk around this lovely neighborhood where this garage sale is, and hopefully we can find some things. We're actually looking for a particular piece of furniture, so hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll find something. But at the same time, I'm actually going to be looking for craft supplies, looking for stamps. And sometimes, guys, if you go to a garage sale and you don't see craft supplies, ask if they have craft supplies, because a lot of times they may have craft supplies and didn't think to put them out or sell them, or maybe didn't think that people would want craft supplies. So I'm going to be asking if they have rubber stamps for sale. And I have a few other things on my list that I'm looking for too. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do in just a little bit. And I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I hope that the weather is going to be great for you guys. We are having great weather here, but I think we have some rain coming. So anyway, you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later, and later I'll come back with that haul video and that happy mail that I received from Maryland. Okay, guys, have a good day. Bye-bye.